Hello, this is Allison Carmen, and welcome to episode 11 of my podcast, 10 Minutes to Less Suffering. Thank you for all the emails and comments. It's been really great to hear from so many people. Today, I'd like to discuss the idea that more is better. I think most of us are intellectually aware that more is not always better, but we don't realize how much in our daily lives we buy into this idea. In fact, we are often being told that more is better by everything and everyone around us, from the media, family, friends, in so many different aspects of our lives. We are taught from a very young age about big careers, big houses, big money, and even bigger portions of food all lead to bigger, happier lives. This issue really came up for me last week when I was having lunch with a girlfriend who was also a client of mine. My girlfriend is currently running 4 successful companies and traveling around the world. At lunch, she asked me what I was up to. I told her I just finished my second book, I have a podcast, and I'm working with clients. She responded to me, "Is that it? You don't want to do more with that?" I know it might sound horrible to some people what she said to me, but I really don't think she was trying to insult me or make me feel bad. Years ago, my friend and I were on a similar path, and now she's busy 24/7, and she's in this place of more is better. And for her, it seems to be working. And she was questioning why I wasn't seeking more from my life. At first, I was so taken back that I started defending my life, saying, well, the kids have kept me busy and I'm working full time. I was rationalizing why there was not that type of more in my life. The conversation stayed with me the rest of the day. It just so happens the next day I watched a YouTube video by Ajahn Brahm, a Buddhist monk, and he said, when you want something more, you can't enjoy what you already have. This was such a perfect quote to hear coming off the conversation with my girlfriend. Again, he said, when you want something more, you can't enjoy what you already have. I don't think this statement is true under all circumstances because I think you could have goals and want to do more things in your life and still enjoy what you have. But there is this element of the more that does sometimes ruin the moment or ruin the relationship with what you do have. If you think about it, if you're always thinking about a promotion, investing your money, having more money, or everything that you want to happen tomorrow, it can make you feel dissatisfied about how your life looks today. Maybe always needing more or wanting more is a hook or a pain that some of us have in our lives that makes us feel that this moment's not enough. Also, as our minds tend to drift towards the future, we can also become less present in our lives. Always wanting more can prevent us from fully enjoying life as we are living it because we always think we have tomorrow. It doesn't allow us to give all of our energy to what we're doing in the present. So it's not that you have to give up your goals or stop wanting more in your life, but on some level, today has to be enough in order to really create true abundance in your life. To create everything you could possibly want in this moment needs all of you. We forget that all things are created in the moment. They are not created in the future. They are not created in the wanting more. They are not created anywhere tomorrow. So if you can give all of your energy towards now, appreciate the now, honor the now, and honor what is in your life, I think you're more likely to end up with more. So it's kind of ironic, isn't it? That you're yearning and wanting more and nothing being good enough doesn't always bring your best self to the moment because part of you is in another place. Part of you is hooked into what's going to happen tomorrow, which can totally scatter your energy. So this idea of always wanting more can cause us pain because it makes us feel like today's not enough. And on top of that, it lessens our ability to create in this moment. Again, it doesn't mean that we can't have goals and want more, but maybe there are areas where we can loosen our grasp and find more peace, happiness, and even more success. So let's take a look at how we can view wanting more in our lives differently. So I want you to take out a piece of paper, and I'd like you to write down some of the most important aspects of your life where you feel some pain. Maybe you have some pain about your job, the amount of money you earn, a relationship you have with your spouse, parent, friend, or child. Think about something that's keeping you believing that today's not enough, that you need more, that whatever happening is not okay, and start to break it down and ask yourself, is it really not okay? Because you could have a goal or want something to grow, but are you honoring today? And are you honoring where you're at? And are you honoring what you have? It's just you can't let this feeling of wanting more make you feel like today's not okay or what you have is not enough. That's the trick. Hold the goals or whatever you want, but find a way to make today enough. And don't let the idea of more ruin it. As an example, let's look at your job. Maybe you have a job you enjoy and you think you need to do more. Do you really want to do more, or do you think that's what you're supposed to do? Maybe you enjoy your job, but you want a promotion, or you want more money, but you still can let today be enough. And if you hate your job, looking at the more might be stealing the present and not giving you the energy you need to figure out what your next move might be. This moment not being enough might be depleting you. Try to look at what is right in your life and let tomorrow be this open place of hope and possibility. Because we all know life has maybe, and maybe it'll change. Maybe it'll get better. So allow this moment and embrace what is happening now and let tomorrow be open for all that is possible. In regard to relationships, are you honoring what you do have? Are you so busy looking at what your friends have or what someone else has or what you're not getting? Many of us have so many beautiful things happening in our lives. But when we are always looking at what more it can be, we end up missing out. We miss out on everything. So take a look at your relationships and your friendships too. Try to celebrate who people are instead of what they're not. And I also find when you do that, you get more because there's more intimacy and there are nicer times together. So again, set those goals if you want and realize you're working towards it. But allow today to be good and appreciated. Don't let more make you miss out on a walk down the block, a talk with a friend, a conversation with your mom. Don't let this idea of more make you so dissatisfied with your life because there's so much beauty in front of you. Even if you're going through a hard time, don't even let the hard time steal the moment, because that's what life is, just a string of beautiful moments. So let's try to be more careful about this idea of more. First, let's figure out whether you want more or not. And if you don't want more, you could just come back to the moment and see what you have is beautiful and be satisfied. And if you do want more, then you might want to find a different way to be with it. We can want many things for our lives, but it could be very painful if we let this idea of more make us feel lack, make us feel less about ourselves or less about our lives. Instead, you could say, here are my goals, and this is what I want to do with my life, but I'm not going to miss any part of this moment. I'm going to get the most out of what life is offering me. I'm going to put all my energy in this moment because this moment is the place where creation actually happens. This moment is where change happens. This is where I get to enjoy what is happening and appreciate the people in my life. I really think you're going to be happier if you examine this idea of more. And I think it's funny, if you want more, you'll end up with more because you're giving all your energy to the place that you really need it to be. And most of all, you can unhook from the pain and unhook from the thought that life is not going your way, that things are not what they should be, and just come back to the present where you can really get the most out of what life is, what life is offering you in the moment. Then you're really getting the most out of everything and you'll really be in a great place. So thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you want to read more of my work, you could view my website at AllisonCarmen.com. Or you could read my book, The Gift of Maybe, available in all major bookstores and online retailers. Let's go back to Ajahn Brahm's quote, "When you want something more, you can't enjoy what you already have." Where are you in your life and what do you need? I think if you can give up this idea of constantly wanting more, maybe you will find that the blessings are so abundant. Maybe you will find there's so much to be thankful for. I do think that your life will blossom because this moment is the point of all creation. So give it a try and let's see what happens. Maybe this moment is what more is all about.